aka Big Sweets, the African Don, and I'm so excited, so ecstatic, so glad to have you all here again with me tonight at another session of Big Sweets Palava Hut. Tonight we're going to be doing a recap of the prestigious event that's coming up at the end of the month, hosted by Essence Events, created by Miss Georgia Brown, and this event is called Our Wound, a Woman's Rejuvenation. Our Wound, Women's Rejuvenation. This event is scheduled to commence on Saturday, September 30th, um, in York, PA, and it's going to be fabulous. I believe in this event, which is why I have invited Ms. Brown to return for us to do a recap. It is very needed, in our society today that we can build strong women, that we can condition, you know, strong women in our society. Our women are our backbones. Um, and to have events like this, these type of seminars or gatherings are so needed, so needed. Today, so many of our young girls are coming up and being misled by so many other directions, so many instructions, so many wrong directives they are getting. And it is nobody's fault. We can't blame the mom or the dad or the parents. These kids are just exposed to so many influences. We have social media. We have the world in the palm of our hands today. These girls are able to idolize, what they see on the internet, what they see on TV, what they see on YouTube, what they see on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, and they tend to draw more nearer to those misleading attributes or instructions or directive that conforms or changes them into the women that they are today. What used to be frowned upon once upon a time today is acceptable. It is not that it's right, it's just that majority of these young girls have no leadership. They have no mentorship. They have nobody to tell them, hey, that's not how we do things. A woman should always remain a woman. A woman should always stand up tall, with her head up, you know, and look decent, look presentable. Today, girls that is coming up are so misled by fancy things, misled by young ladies out there wearing barely anything, gyrating themselves, selling their bodies. The body is a temple. Your womb, a life starts within the woman. Imagine having these women today that dress and talk like men. There's some women today are much more gangster than the men. They talk to you in a kind of way. They dress in a kind of way provocatively. They sell their body is like their entity or their enterprise that they market out there. So events like this, bringing our young sisters, our young daughters, our mothers, our aunties, our nieces, our cousins, female cousins, bringing them together to have these type of conversation and have these type of gathering and fellowship. Oh my God, I think it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing that Miss Georgia has put together. And I will really, really plead to you girls out there, you queens out there, you beautiful women out there, do not prevent yourself from being part of something that's good, part of something that is needed, absolutely needed, being part of something that's greater than yourself. I think this event is going to definitely impact and affect you in ways that you cannot, if that money cannot even buy. It's intangibles, it's limitless. The intangibles are limited, so limitless. You can definitely go to these events and walk away from there renewed, revived, rejuvenated, and have a different mindset about yourself and the world in which you live in. You can come back from this event knowing that you came from something bigger than yourself and you were part of something that meant something. That's what we're lacking today in society. Yes. So Miss Georgia Brown would definitely be on in a few minutes. I said by 8:30 we will kick it off, and it's going to be fabulous. We're just going to recap all of the beautiful, uh, beautiful things that are going on that will be happening at this wonderful event that I know you will have an absolute ball, a massive of a good time. You will move and leave that place refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated, yeah, revitalized. So, yes, yes, yes. Sorry about that. Miss Georgia is just calling in. She's about to jump in. So we about to get this thing started. Matter. Yeah, 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 yeah. The beautiful, incredible, wonderful, amazing, most intelligent woman I know, you know. And Georgia, I just want to welcome you. I've been pre-logging and just dialoguing about some of the things that I think this event would bring to our our queens, our young sisters, you know. And I'm glad that I can have you back again for a recap. And first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
How was
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
oh, can you hear me? Hold on.
I can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there you are.
I'm doing
All
good.
right.
Good.
You had a good day?
I had an excellent day.
Awesome. I know you've been grinding, hustling, trying to get things ready, set up, prepared for your people. Your screen is frozen, Georgia. Uh, I bet, I bet, I bet. Yes.
Today, actually, I've been working on the garden with my landscape person, trying to get that prepared. So, yes.
Man, do you ever get time to rest? I
Well,
wonder.
after I get off the phone with you, I am going to go to bed because I've been running like crazy for the past 3 days, trying to prepare for this rejuvenation. A lot of moving parts, and everything has to be. One thing about me is if I can't do it to the best of my ability, I won't do it at all. I will not have sex. I just can't do it.
You know
So,
what? I share that with you. You know, it's
right,
like, I got to go all the way or don't go at all. You
right,
know,
exactly. You know,
yeah,
so I'll
yeah.
step away before I give someone half of my heart. I want to give them all of my heart, everything I have.
Absolutely. Yes, I was talking about how this event that's coming up at the end of the month, the Our One Women's Rejuvenation is an absolute must for some of these women. The spaces are limited, and we definitely need them to jump on it as soon as possible. I believe that this event is absolutely needed and necessary in the society that we're living in, and for you to have come up with this mindset to think this is needed. I mean, you must have seen some things see some of our young queens being misguided, misdirected. But to put this together, I know you have in mind mentorship, leadership, you know, cultivating some of these young ladies that being misguided, misdirected, misinstructed. So let's just go. I know we already did the first part of this. I just want us to go over everything from top to bottom, giving them what it is again, what it is they can expect, what day is this event going to kickoff, and we can just go down the line that way. So let's talk about the woman's womb. Can you just refresh what is it? What is this event about?
It's about the women. It's about women. It's about reclaiming our throne. It's about understanding what queen actually means. It's about understanding what we actually mean. It's self love, self care, self everything, but also combining it all within the community. And I found out, and I'm finding out, that if we're not taking care of ourselves as women, we cannot take care of the community. You know, everything stems from us, it comes from us. So if we're not healthy and in love with ourselves, what are we birthing? You know,
Mm,
what are we giving to the universe? So I want to take one day, even if it's just for one day, for us as women to relax and release everything and rejuvenate and go home. And hopefully from that, build. And this is my wish. And I hope that I've been blessed to do this. I don't know why, but I'm humble and I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And I pray that this just becomes something phenomenal for everyone that attends.
let me just commend you on that. I'm very glad, and appreciate the fact that you are taking this initiative to even put this out there for people. I believe personally that it is absolutely necessary, and to have somebody take the lead to present it to these young women and these queens and these beautiful sisters is absolutely admirable of you. You know, Let me read something you had on your flyer. You said a woman's womb is an embodiment of sacredness and power. Reclaim your strength and rejuvenate your mind. Speak on that for me a little bit.
Let me tell you something. Can you imagine a man carrying a baby for 10 months? And when I say 10 months, it's 40 weeks. 40
Jesus,
weeks, 10 months is not 9 months.
what are you doing to me? I can't even think about tomorrow. Are you talking about 10 months with a baby? Come on, stop playing with me.
But the thing about it is, I see a lot of women suffering. But besides that, I also see men suffering. I see children suffering. I see a lot of suffering, and I'm trying to understand why. What's going on?
Mm,
And when I look at us as women, we're angry. We're sad. We're not hopeful anymore. And one big thing is that we're not going inside of us to seek the understanding of why.
mm,
And all of a sudden the word womb came about. And I'm like, why womb? Why? But then I realized this is where everything originated. It originated from our womb. Everything comes from our womb. So
wow.
if it's not loved and cherished and taken care of and pampered, what
Mm.
do you think we're gonna get? Honestly, what do you think?
We're gonna get what we getting right now. I mean, let me divert for a minute. I was watching a TikTok video of a young lady that feels entitled, right? Feels entitled. You know, get a call from a guy. First of all, she became viral by sticking her tongue out her mouth and
Hmm.
wrangling it around like a snake. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
She gets flied out, and she wants this guy to pay for everything.
Hmm.
This type of event for me show women to be women, show
Hmm.
women to respect themselves. Their body is a temper. And you with other women of like-minded, that when you leave this event, I think you have a better perspective of yourself and can make you a better person in the community, to your household, to your family, to your children, to your husband, and so forth. Do you agree?
Let me tell you a little story because I do agree. And again, every day I get these types of stories. Usually I get them from women, but today I've gotten a story from a man. And I'm going to lead off by saying this man had a gun to his head and he was about to shoot himself. But he was really, really drunk. And he said that if he could get so drunk that maybe if he shoots himself, he won't ever feel it and he would just die and leave the earth. But what he said to me first was the woman that he loved, that he gave his heart to, that he gave everything to, destroyed him. And he no longer wanted to live. Now, this is a man's pain that a man's going through. My job is to figure out, because I'm a woman, what happened to the woman? What power did this woman have that actually ignited this in this man?
Okay.
I'm thinking in my head, this woman was in pain herself. This woman needed healing and love and compassion and all of this herself. And if she had that, if she had that self love, self understanding, maybe this man wouldn't have tried to kill himself. Maybe they could have worked things out. Maybe they could have talked about it. Maybe their children wouldn't have suffered.
Mm.
So I have to go back to the woman. We as women possess so much power, and we've lost a lot of it. We've lost ourselves because social media, this, that, the hoopla, the everything. Let's go back to basics. I want to go back to basics. But again, I can't dictate what the world is. All I can do is say, take one day for yourself as a woman and be at peace.
I,
Understand that you're a woman and you have a lot of power and you have a lot of beauty and you are beautiful. You don't have to take everything off, but that's your choice if that's what you choose to do. But be a woman. What is a woman? How do we identify with that? Because remember, we are having girl children too,
mm-hmm.
you know? So I think that something like this rejuvenation, will actually get women thinking about, wow, how does it feel to just be at peace? How does it feel where I can give back? What can I do for my children? What can I do for my husband? What can I do? Because this day is going to be about her.
Mm-hmm.
But in turn, she's going to turn that and give it back. Because, we can't be selfish. We can't. We have to give back.
I
So
agree.
if she goes home happy, what do you think is going to happen?
It's gonna be a happy home. Gonna be
I,
happy, happy
right,
husband. Yes,
right.
I totally agree. I totally agree. You know what? I'm glad you.
Right. They always say happy wife, happy life. I truly believe that.
Thank you. You know what? And you are so right. I mean, I believe that women, like you just explained, has a lot of power. Women in the home with a man, whether it be fiance, boyfriend, or husband, they hold a lot of power. And you need a woman that's well rounded, understanding, communicative, relatable. And some of these women today are so numb to realness. And I think events like this, where you can be around other women, share stories, share experiences, laugh a little. These women today are so serious. Everybody is chasing the money. Everybody is about themselves. Everybody is on the same route, chasing paper and forgetting about the little things that used to matter.
Right.
For me personally, I'm old at heart. I'm old school. So I'm like, these things should be done more frequently so that we don't lose, like you said, we having daughters, we having nieces and little babies coming up, little girls, that
Hmm.
tomorrow they don't see the negative or see what's wrong and make it right today. You know what I'm saying? Think it's right today to be wrong, to dress provocatively, talk recklessly, act harder than these men. Are women supposed to be divine, warm,
Hmm.
comforting? Those are things, an element that woman should be. But the dead women, they talk, they drink more than the men. Some of them, they cuss more than a sailor. You know what I'm saying? And and events like this, I think, can redirect some of our young ladies, our young queens, our daughters, our princesses coming up. And I'm just so all in about it, right? So, but let's continue. Uh, let's restate the date and time of this event. First of all, how many tickets do we have left
We
for this?
still have to.
Still have two.
Yes.
Started with eight, and we
Yeah.
down to two. We got
Yeah.
what, 2 weeks left before the event?
2 weeks. Yes.
2 weeks. So these tickets are going fast. It's not a whole all event. It's a limited space.
Right.
So we need people to jump on this as soon as possible. What is the date and time for this event?
It is September the 30th,
What
and
day?
it's which is on a Saturday. It starts around 10 a.m. and it ends around 10 p.m. And then there's a few ladies, four ladies, the VIP ladies that are spending the night. So there's the next day. They have breakfast and all of that the next day.
So when you say VIP, there was two package. There was two tier for this. You had the VIP tier and you had the day rejuvenation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now what's left? The VIP is already filled, which is
Yeah.
the overnighters.
Yes.
Day in overnighters. And then the day the day rejuvenation
Right.
tickets is
Yes.
only two left. Two has been sold. We only got two left that we need picked up real quick like hotcakes. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes. But like for example,
Okay.
so I can actually say sold out, and then I can really, really focus on each of the ladies because there's a lot of things going on, a lot of yes, a lot of things going on. And again, as the flyer states, reclaim your strength. You know, I want us as women to focus on our power, our strength in the most positive way. And I want us to be in tune with one another, with ourselves. You know, we as women need to come together. We need to form a community. We need to be together. You know, we need to collaborate. You know, we need to love on each other. We need to understand each other. Again, because with all of that positivity is a trickle down effect. It goes down to everyone else, you know, because everything starts from us.
Okay.
And I can't say that enough that we are the being. You know, we are the creator of the universe, and it starts from us. So we have to be healthy.
Hold
And
that thought.
look,
Hold that 1 minute. Hold that 1 minute. I gotta make a sound effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
now for the men out there,
Okay.
if you know that your lady needs this, because every lady needs this, take the initiative. Give me a call, go on the website, and you get the tickets for her and surprise her. You know, because some women want to do this, but they're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't because of the price or because what do I get? What happens? Blah, blah, blah. No, surprise her. You can go out there and buy her a $200 perfume, take her out to dinner and spend $350. Give her this. And I guarantee you, she will come home feeling very relaxed and
I agree.
very at peace.
I agree. Fellas, purchase the tickets. So purchase the tickets for your girlfriend, your wife, whoever. Get one of your girls, somebody that's affiliated close to you, send her to this nice day of rejuvenation and let her enjoy a day for herself. How can they purchase ticket if somebody was looking to buy?
Well, they can go on Eventbrite. Is our womb OURWOMB as in boy .eventbrite.com, or they can text me at 667-203-4869. Again, that's 667-203-4869. I'm gonna just be very frank about this. The tickets are $350. But within that $350, you're gonna get a multiple things, from
Okay.
massages to facials to personal henna. Some prolific speakers. You're gonna get healing dancing. You're gonna have lunch, and you're gonna have a private chef dinner. That's the biggie. And you're going to have beamer therapy. And a lot of people don't know what beamer therapy is. However, you're going to experience it that day because everybody needs it. Everyone who has blood in their system needs it. And that's what keeps us healthy, blood. Because as long as the blood is flowing, we're alive and we're healthy. You
Right.
know, you're getting a lot and special gifts that I won't talk about.
You know
But you
what? I think it's a giveaway. I think it's priceless. We can put you can put whatever figure, but I think what you getting out of there and what you come back out of there with is
yeah,
the intangibles. It's priceless. So 350 is not enough for a 12 hour of everything that you just named. You getting. Like you said, some of these girls walking around with $500 hair on their head. You know what I mean? Yes. 350 is nothing. It's something that you can invest in yourself with and come out of there with a different mindset, different perspective. That is a
exactly. It's so funny because I was speaking to one of the massage therapists today because she wanted to, find out some more logistics. And I was, running down the itinerary. And she was like, "Oh my God, I want to stay." She said, "This sounds so phenomenal." And I'm like, it is going to be phenomenal. It is. And I wish I can share the specifics, but I want, the element of surprise because, again, people love surprises.
to do.
And I want everyone to trust me that I'm going to pour into you the best way I know how because I'm a woman. I
Right.
need healing myself. I'm still dealing with the death of my mom, so I'm still grieving myself. So I need this just as much as you do. I'm no better than you. So let's do this together. Let's dance together. Let's laugh. And we may even cry. I don't know what to expect that day, but I know it's going to be something spectacular. When I drove up here today and I was watching the guys working on the garden and replacing different plants, different in different areas. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I want the weather to be perfect that day because just imagine having a massage in front of a waterfall."
Mm,
Oh, I'm like, "Whoa." You
mm.
know, so just imagine having lunch in the garden. So hopefully we'll have like an 80-degree, we'll be blessed with like a sunny 80-degree weather. But just imagine all of those. And even if we don't, it's still going to be a very, very awakening day.
I gotta add. I mean, I've seen the garden, and it was
Mhm.
beautiful then, and I can imagine how much more improvement and how much beauty you have added to that place. The place is beautiful by itself. Let me just attest to that. Honestly, I've
Thank
seen
you.
the place. It is very beautiful, and I know the kind of work and the way you guys are so perfect in the design and the way you put things together. So I can just imagine how beautiful the place is. I would definitely caution everybody to please rush and get your ticket. Queens, come,
Thank
relax, release, rejuvenate. This is what this is about. And this place would definitely give that feeling, give you that ambient. You will feel real welcome, real release, real ready to enjoy yourself. So yes, I'm urging everybody, women, men, purchase your girl's ticket. It's not much. This lady, Miss Georgia, is giving this thing. She basically giving it away. You know what I'm saying? Because she believes in what she's doing. You know. So uh let's just recap everything. How they arriving at 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock. What time is that
you.
then?
Around 11, about between 10 and 11, everyone is going to
And
be scattered a little bit because of the massages.
so we getting there on the 30th that morning. Again, please be reminded there are two different packages. VIP, those people are there all day or night. Am I clear?
Yes.
Rejuvenation package, you're there for 12 hours, basically, all day to
Yeah.
10 to
Yeah.
10. So
Yeah.
you can't lose with that. You cannot
Right.
lose with that. That is awesome. Yeah. All right, Georgia. Is there anything more you want our listening public, the big hut, big sweets Palava Hut listeners to know, and everyone out there to know about this event?
Well, there's one question I have for you.
Yes,
You being a man and you are interviewing me, how does this actually make you feel?
I'm glad you asked. Um, Personally, like I said, I believe in it. I think it's absolutely needed. And maybe I'm a little biased because I've seen the place and I know how beautiful it is. So yes, it makes me feel great. But
Hmm.
what I'm speaking towards is how much this event is needed. And to have somebody to think about it and present it, put it, package it, because I know there's a lot of work that goes behind bringing people together and making this type of event happen. So first of
Right.
all, I commend you for it, and I think it's absolutely needed. It makes me feel good. You know, if I could, if the wife wasn't working, or girlfriend wasn't busy, I purchased a ticket to send them. But I know, you know, I maybe can talk to my sister, somebody, my cousins, whoever, you know what I'm saying, and maybe get me a ticket. I would definitely buy a ticket for one of my family members, female family members, that I think would definitely benefit from this type of event. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
think it's
you can
absolutely.
donate a ticket too. You
What's
can
that?
donate. You can
Oh, you
donate
can
a ticket.
donate. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You already know. You ain't gotta say nothing. Say no more.
Because you know what's so funny? There was a young lady who I just found out that she was being beaten by her boyfriend for the last year and a half. And the only reason why her mom found out was because he ended up raping her best friend. And I was like, she needs to be amongst these women and just feeling empowered because she probably lost her power during this time now. She's I don't know how she's functioning right now or what's going on in her head. But if she's around other women who are focused on growth and development and self-healing and self-love, it could be a turnaround, a turning point for her.
It's a
But
road to recovery.
a road to recovery. But her funds are just not there. And I'm
Mm,
like, well, maybe I can get somebody to donate. I don't know. She's all the way in Florida, but it is I've been getting these stories for the past 3 weeks of different women going through different things. And I'm like, universe, what are you trying to say? And you keep saying it that this is needed. It is needed. And if I can say anything else, we need this, queens. We need this. We need to refocus. We need to get our strengths back to self love ourselves so we can love others, including myself. You know, I'm not any, again, I'm not any better than you. You know, I'm there with you.
right.
So, lady, if you're interested and you have a situation, do not let your situation stop you. Call me. If you have a situation and you really want to be a part of this, call me and we'll work something out. We will work something out because this is bigger than me, and we need to do this.
Man, absolutely. Georgia, can you give that number one more time? I mean, for all the listeners and everybody that come across this podcast, I want them to be able to reach out. And fellas out there, anybody out there, if you know somebody that needs to definitely be at this event, don't hesitate. As my sister say, you can donate help somebody to get there, do it. So, Georgia, what is that number again?
667-203-4869. 667-203-4869.
Well, Georgia, it's been a pleasure having you
Thank
again at Big Sweets Palava Hut. I'm your
you.
host, MrJudomu, aka Big Sweets, the African Don, and we are signing out with the beautiful Miss Georgia. Hold up, Georgia. Let's give him one more. And that's how we sign out. Get your tickets, y'all. Get your tickets.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
baby.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Miss Georgia.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.